We're back with another one in the series of the draft grades. If you guys don't know, I'm Two-Tone Sports. I'm going through every single team, every single pick, and giving you guys an overall grade, along with going through at least 1 to 2 articles and comparing my draft grade with theirs. Most of the time, the first article is Mel Kiper Jr. The next article is up for grabs. So, with that being said, we're going to jump into this one. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and leave a comment in this. If this is your team, what do you think your draft grade for this team is? This one will be the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going in alphabetical order. So, if you guys don't see your team, please wait. Please be patient. It will be coming out shortly. Pick 1, number 8. The Atlanta Falcons do the jaw-dropping pick of Bijan Robinson. On people's big boards, look at that. Position rank, he was clear RB1. Overall rank, 2. Crazy. Pre-draft analysis. Robinson is the best running back prospect to enter the draft since Saquon Barkley. He's a patient and instinctive runner with outstanding contact balance, and it almost always takes more than one defender to get him on the ground. He's a reliable pass catcher with the body control to adjust to passes thrown outside his frame. And he's a threat after the catch. While there's still room for improvement, he's got better in pass protection in 22. Okay? His comp is Saquon Barkley. That's a nice comp. Now, guys, if you guys did not know, Saquon Barkley went 2nd overall. He went 8th. Okay? So, many people are upset, over the top, happy, miserable with this pick because a lot of people believe you don't draft a running back in the first round anymore, at least high in the first round. Well, they did. Whether that's a head scratcher or not to you, they did. I was a little confused because they have Tyler Algier. Tyler Algier was a rookie and a 1,000-yard candidate last year. Yeah, they have old Cordell Patterson. They have Desmond Ridder behind the helm. Whatever. Let's get into the post-draft analysis. I'm going to give my total team grade, and I'll explain a little why right after I do it, after I get through all the picks. So, post-draft analysis. Tyler Algier, 2022, 5th-round pick, and Cordell Patterson combined for 1,730 yards. So running back isn't a pressing need. There's a strong argument for not taking a back this early in the draft, but Robinson is different. He's the best running back prospect to come out since Barkley. He's fit for any scheme and has the burst to excel outside of the zone. Sorry, lost my spot there. Which Atlanta features last year. He also gives the Falcons a target as receiver out of the backfield. Projected year 1 impact. Rookie of the year candidate. Robinson enters a situation where he'll be a go-to option right away as a runner and receiving option out of the backfield. He's going to a QB of Desmond Ridder. You got Drake London on the outside, and you got Kyle Pitts. Guys, if you do not realize what the Falcons are doing, these are athletic freaks. Kyle Pitts was a freak at tight end. Drake London is a freak at receiver. Desmond Ridder is athletic himself. Athletes upon athletes. In my opinion. If he wins Rookie of the Year, they look like a genius. There's nothing wrong with having a two-headed monster. And by the way, Cordell Patterson used to be a receiver. He's also getting old. Nothing wrong with having absolute dominant 2 to 3-headed monster. Is it a little high in my likings? Yes. Did it make sense? Yes. Why? Jahmyr Gibbs went shortly after him, and people had Jahmyr Gibbs in the end of the first round. Bijan was projected to go 10 to the Eagles. This was their guy, and this is who they wanted, so they got him. Can't fault on a team doing that. We're going to move on. Second round pick, Matthew Bergeron. 6'5" out of Syracuse. I'll get into why I like this pick. So, here you are. Bergeron is quick off the ball and can root defenders out of gaps in the run game. As a pass blocker, he's smooth getting set, flashes a strong punch, and has the speed to mirror when he anticipates inside moves. He's relentless and blocks to the echo of the whistle. His footwork can be inconsistent. Bergeron has started at both left and right tackles. Huge. Okay, post-draft analysis. This registers as a surprise trade-up and selection for Atlanta. Given the team's solid front five on offensive line, Bergeron has positional flexibility, but the Falcons are locked in at both tackle and guard spots. There's no doubting the value of Bergeron in this spot after the run on offensive tackles in round one. But from a team need standpoint, this is a surprise. We're going to scroll back up here. Ready? Team needs defensive end, wide receiver, corner, QB, D tackle. Now, I personally thought they probably should have went receiver here. They traded up. They got an offensive lineman that could play at any spot on that line. Why is this not a terrible pick? They're huge with running the ball. What's wrong with bringing him in as well? What's wrong with adding another offensive lineman on there? I don't hate the pick. I don't love it. Position need. That's why this I'm going to just give my grade on this alone. This is probably a B-. You just can't give a C grade on a pick where you can have an offensive lineman pretty much play everywhere on the line and start. There was just bigger needs, but I like him. I like him as a prospect. I really do. Zach Harrison, this was very good value. Okay? Zach Harrison, 6'6", 274 at Ohio State. My Chargers, this is who I kind of wanted them to get. You guys got him. Good for you. Big, long, strong at the point of attack. Uses long arms to lasso ball carriers when he gets off blocks. Generates some push and gives a good effort rushing the passer. Production didn't match the talent in college, but Harrison has a high ceiling. Post-draft, Falcons ranked last in sacks in 21 and second to last in 22. So they needed edge rusher. Harrison's production didn't match his talent at Ohio State, but he has high ceiling and intriguing skill set. As per third round value, this is as good as it's going to get. I really like this pick for you guys. I think he could start for you guys. I mean, 6'6", 274, you can't teach that length. You can't teach that size. That's huge. Now, Clark Phillips in round 4 is a home run. He's short, 5'9", 184. But, dude, this kid could have been a late second, third round pick. He really could have. Phillips is quicker than fast and closes well. They use that term all the time on here. Wow. Breaking on passes thrown in front of him. He's a ball hawk who flashes the ability to jump routes, snatch the ball out of the air, and score. He makes it difficult for receivers to stack him with his body positioning and turns to locate the ball when he's in phase in press. Now, I already opened up the link for you guys. Since there's no post, I'm going to come over here and give you guys a little special analysis from Michael Rothstein. Okay? Right here. Ready? He's going to be depth or starter, blah, blah, blah. Round 4, Clark Phillips. My take. Smart pick by the Falcons on day 3. Atlanta needed to add a cornerback at some point during the draft, and by adding an All-American in the 4th round, that'll be worth taking a chance. Philp will likely have the chance to come along slowly, as Atlanta has both Mike Hughes and D. Alford as options in the slot. And at 5'9", that could be his future. Atlanta has good outside corners, as we know. They just made a trade for Okuda. But this is solid 4th round pick. Really is. We're going to come down here and round off 2 7th 2 7th-round picks. Okay. You got DeMarco Hellams, Alabama safety. Hellams is a highly competitive player with plus instincts, downfield run stopper, reliable tackler. In coverage, he's more effective in zone than he is matching up man and doesn't have the range to play center field in single high looks. All right, we're going to read Jovan Gwynn out of South Carolina. We're going to read him, and then we're going to shoot over to the other article. So Gwynn is a 4-year starter and 2-time captain who could play guard and center. He plays with good balance and awareness in pass pro. Gwynn takes good angles, works with his hands inside, and steers defenders in the run game. Once again, another versatile offensive lineman. There's nothing wrong with taking that in the 7th. So we're going to read this article, and then I'm going to give my draft grade. So, here we are. Sorry. DeMarco Hellams. My take. Earlier Saturday, Falcons general manager Terry said they could never have enough talented defensive backs. 2 picks, 2 defensive backs on the final day of the draft. Hellams had 160 solo tackles and 3 interceptions in his career, including 2 in 21. He'll be in a tough battle to make the roster with Bates, Richie Grant, and Hawkins. But Atlanta has kept 4 safeties under Arthur Smith in the past, so he'll have a shot. Going down to Gwynn. My take, the Falcons love their players in the trenches, so taking Gwynn makes sense there. But this is also a team which ignored wide receiver during the draft and have theoretical depth at guard and center, which includes Bergeron now. Gwynn has leadership capabilities, though. He was team captain, named second team All-SEC last year, started 47 games, so his experience too. He'll be in for a tough roster spot battle, but that's not surprising considering how much Smith has stressed this weekend how they want it to be difficult to make their team because of the talent on the roster. My overall grade for you guys. The Bijan Robinson pick is kind of growing on me a little bit, just because some people viewed him as just the best player in the draft, the best game difference maker, and whatever. I'm going to give you guys a B-. And I think that may be being a little too nice. I'm going to give you guys B-, fringe C+. Why? Bijan was a nice pick there. I get it. He's probably going to win. High chance of winning Rookie of the Year. Saquon went 2. You guys went 8. I get it. All right. You had Algier, so the positional need wasn't huge. The trade up to get Matthew Bergeron, your offensive line is really good. This just wasn't necessary. Like, he's probably not going to start. I can't knock a versatile offensive lineman, so this is hard grade for me. But Matthew Bergeron here, without going receiver, is a little rough for me. And honestly, even without going defensive end. So that was weird. I love the Zach Harrison and Clark Phillips pick. That honestly rose your grade a lot, because the value on those two were very good. I'm going to give you guys a C+. My final grade here for the Falcons is a C+. I just think you guys, I don't know. I think you guys could have did much better with your second overall pick. Matthew Bergeron is probably going to be good, but just need-wise, it's just weird to me. Let's throw it over to Mel Kiper, see what he thinks. He gave you guys a B-. Okay, this is honestly my first time seeing this. I don't base my grades off of him. I gave you guys a C+. He gave B-. Okay, does it not want to work here? ATL, come on. Okay. What does he say? Check out the position I listed above. There's no running back there. He also, a little footnote here, Mel Kiper does not respect first-round running back choices. So take this grade with a little grain of salt here. Okay, the Falcons got a fantastic rookie season from 5th-rounder Tyler Algier, and yet they took Bijan at 8. For a team that went 7-10 and has more than a few roster holes, I just don't get it. If Atlanta was a Super Bowl favorite, okay, go for a luxury pick in the top 10. I wouldn't love it, but I'd get the logic. Look, Robinson is a tremendous prospect. He might win Rookie of the Year in Arthur Smith's offense, but the Falcons could get 90% of his productivity from Algier. I don't agree with that. They probably get 75. Robinson is just another level. He truly is. Robinson's another level. And a couple day 3 options. Smith said Thursday night that Robinson is a lot more than a running back, but that doesn't make this a good selection. They could have gone with cornerback Christian Gonzalez or defensive tackle Jalen Carter or Nolan Smith and gotten better value. I agree with him there. Elsewhere, I like the addition of Matthew Bergeron, who seems will move to guard for the Falcons, started 39 games at tackle. Okay, one question I have coming out of this draft is, who's rushing the passer? I don't see a vastly improved defensive depth chart. Calais Campbell will turn 37 before the season begins. He's not going to get them 10 sacks. Third round, Zach Harrison had just 3.5 sacks at Ohio State last season. What else you got to say? Nothing. Okay. And where's the receiver? That's kind of my question here. I agree with Mel. I think you definitely, me personally, if you went Gonzalez, Carter, or Smith, if you guys went Carter or Smith, that's a home run pick for you guys. Little head scratching on Bijan. So, let's kick this over to PFF, considering I pay for it. See what they have to say. Day 1. Teams wouldn't usually receive an average grade for taking running back in the top 10, but it's hard to dislike this pick too much, given how good Bijan was in 2022. An impressive athlete at 220 pounds, he set a PFF college record with 104 missed tackles forced in 22, producing a 95.3 PFF grade in the process. This is why I like to give 2 different articles. I don't like to base it off of one. I like to give you guys 2 perspectives. So, with that, I hope you guys can show some love back. Bergeron is a nimble tackle with a very in-control play style. Played significant time at both tackle spots for Syracuse, but could kick inside the guard for Atlanta. Bergeron needs to have more of a killer mentality and better hand usage, but this is a good fit for the 6'5", 318-pound lineman. The Falcons addressed some of the holes along their defensive line in free agency, but it's still a group that could use more young talent. At 6'6", 36+ inch arms, Harrison is now one of the longer edge defenders in the NFL. He's just not likely to make an immediate impact as a pass rusher, given the lack of bend and clear pass rush plan he showed at Ohio State. Day 3. Phillips is undersized, 5'9", with arms just over 29 inches long, and a below-average athlete. That's not a great combination, and is why he slid at this point in the draft. However, Clark is a physical savvy coverage defender who can compete for a role in the slot with Atlanta. Tallied 6 interceptions, 4 pass breakups in his final season, with the Utes allowing 68.4 passer rating in coverage. Wow, struggled through that one. Helms is a stout run defender, earning an 86.8 grade in 22 and forcing 7 incompletions, with ranked top 25 in safeties. Gwynn is an undersized guard who put up 34 reps on the bench and earned a very respectable 76 pass blocking grade in 22. Interesting fit for the Falcons offense with limited lateral movement ability. They gave the Falcons draft grade of A, B+. So that means they valued the Matthew Bergeron pick a little higher, and they valued the Bijan pick a lot higher than Mel did. And honestly, they probably valued it a lot higher than I did. I gave you guys a C+. You don't have to agree with it, but I would like to get into a little discussion in the comments on why you think my grading is wrong. I would love to go back and forth with some of these fans. I always appreciate all comments and support. But once again, I thought there was just a little bit better value on the board. So that really would be the reason for my grading. I take into context a lot of who was still on the board, a lot of the needs, and I'm also one that thinks you can get good value for a running back day 2 or 3. So hence, my final grade of the Falcons is a C+. So that is going to wrap up this one in the draft grading series for the Atlanta Falcons. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.